Hey everybody, this is Atticus the Death Metaler. Before I get started on this video, I want to, say that I've just finished playing Wolfenstein: The New Order. Pretty good game, has a pretty good plot and storyline, had a had a bit of a Tarantino vibe to it as well. Not to mention that BJ Blazkowicz was not silent throughout the whole game. Mostly spoke through his mind, which I actually enjoy because the majority of all shooters that I've played, the shooter is always silent, and I just fucking hate that shit. So, without further ado, getting a little bit off topic, let's talk about this main issue right here. So, let's do it! So, I've been inspired by Someguy827's video on Elliot Roger. Now, Elliot Roger was the son of assistant director Peter Roger, who was the assistant director for the Hunger Games, the first one in Catching Fire, I suppose. Not too long ago, in the University of California, Santa Barbara, he basically decided to go on a murder rampage that left 7 dead, and he also killed himself. Now, before he did that, he left a manifesto saying that, oh, I've never gotten laid, I'm 22 and I'm still a virgin, and all the jocks go after, all the chicks go after all the jocks who are total douchebags and stuff, and they don't go after a nice guy like me. Well, let me tell you this, cuz I'm 22 myself, I'm a virgin, and no, I do not go around in my school deciding to shoot up all the girls that rejected me. I've been rejected so much in my life, especially in high school. But you know what? I sucked it up and I moved on. Basically, your mind was not right in there. Now, before, many of you, freak out over the father, Peter Roger, let me just say this. He knew his son was just not out in the ordinary. He knew he was putting up some really fucked up shit on YouTube. According to this manifesto, which I will be linking down in the description below, his video and the scripted one. He had the police get involved with this. And apparently the police didn't do jack shit. They said, he's fine. Clearly fine. The fuck? The majority of spree killers have a pretty psychopathic, sociopathic minds. I mean, look at Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold. I talked about the Columbine killers in a previous video. Sung Hee Cho, Adam Lanza. Nobody knew what they were gonna do next. They were just a ticking time bomb. It's just fucking stupid, the fact that we, glorify these mass shootings and stuff. And not to mention that this whole yes, all women trend that's been going on, saying that all men are stalkers and they're misogynists, all this, stupid feminist crap. I can understand that. Before you, pull off the sexist, misogynist card on me, I will say this. Yes, women do get stalked a lot. I mean, a lot of women are forced to monitor the way they dress, act, and exist. So the male attention they receive doesn't turn violent, and they also fake cell phone numbers, and women teaching their daughters not to be raped, and then saying, oh, you should teach your sons not to rape. Oh, bull fucking shit. I know raping a woman is wrong. It is clearly wrong. I would never force myself upon a woman. But what happens if it's the other way around, okay? Women can also stalk. If you're unsure of women stalking men, I'm a prime example. I've been stalked. I've been stalked myself. It is not cool to be stalked. Also, I also want to put down TNN Raw Uncut's video, because he brings up a good example of men being stalked, and it is not pretty. I can guarantee you that. Now, this woman, I don't want to bring out names, but I just want to keep it brief and short. She's from Australia, and she basically, out of the blue, said, I love you. I want you to be mine. Please be mine. I love you. You're the perfect guy. And clearly, I was thinking about some other woman at the time, so one thing led to another. I completely rejected her offer, and she basically freaks out, threatens me, sends me not just one, but a dozen or more death threats upon me, saying that if she ever saw me in person, she would stab me to death. She even told me to kill myself, saying that all men are the same, when clearly she did that on herself. She was clearly not right within her head. It was not fun. I will tell you that. So I just want to, push the double standard, sex and misogyny behind all this. I can understand this. I can understand that Elliot Roger was a misogynist because he was clearly rejected by a lot of women. I mean, Ted Bundy was a misogynist. Richard Ramirez was a misogynist because all their victims were women. I mean, Ted Bundy was rejected by women a lot, so he took out all of his anger on women. So clearly he was a misogynist. I can understand that. But don't go around saying that all men are like that. Okay? I can understand. There are a bunch of men who force themselves upon a woman in a college campus. It's not that fun. I can understand that. I can sympathize with that. But when you're playing the sexist card against men who don't do that stuff, I have a problem with that. Now, before I finish this video, I want to bring up my sympathies towards Peter Roger, because I understand, this is a very difficult moment for him. He lost his son. He was doing the best he can for his son, but it wasn't enough. And I can understand, as a future as an aspiring film director myself, I can understand this. Being a film director is not that easy. I mean, you have to work long hours with a cast and crew, and you have to deal with. You spend a lot of hours on the set and not a whole lot with your family. So I can see what this guy was going through. And I can sympathize with him. And Peter Roger, I'm sorry you had to go through this. I really am. But I do not have any sympathy towards your son, because clearly he was completely fucked in the head. So I guess that's it. I just want to put out my thoughts and opinions, my 2 cents onto this issue. I'm Atticus the Death Meddler. Hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. As always, I have the links on the description below dealing with this whole issue. Keep it metal. Have a wonderful day. And I also, before I end this video, I just also want to say my heart and sympathy, my condolences to the families of the 7 people who were killed. I'm sorry, but at least they're at peace now.